Hello, everybody.
Hello, everybody.
Hello, everybody. So today we're doing a little bit of a special video for the
Oh
Game Pending
yeah.
fandom. Today we're going to be reading a creepypasta. This is a little
Uh-huh.
reaction content, a little reaction vid. This is our 25 subscriber special.
25 subscribers. I didn't think we'd make it.
I didn't think we make it either, but we did make it 16 subscribers ago now.
That's fine.
That's
No,
fine.
no, don't tell them when we record this.
Listen, oh, we forgot to put it up. No, we have 25 subscribers right now. We're in the middle
Right
of Sonic
now.
Adventure.
Yeah.
Um,
Big the cat.
So I suggested recently while we were recording Sly
Uh-huh.
that we do a live reading or a reaction to Sonic.EXE, the famous creepypasta story. Um and it
I know very, very, very little about this, and by that I mean I just know I have the image of Sonic with the blacked out eyes and the red like pupils.
the blood
Like
eyes, the
that's
hyper realistic
the
blood
blood,
eyes.
hyper realistic blood eyes. Yeah, that's all I know. I don't know anything about it. I can assume from the title it's about an evil Sonic virus,
It
maybe? I don't
is. No,
know.
there's a real Sonic.exe.
Okay.
There's like a game that someone made. There's like multiple sequel stories. There's like a whole realm of like mixed media Sonic.exe
Oh,
fan works that are probably better than the original, which is famously
I
very
can't
bad.
see. This just makes me think of Mega Man EXE. That's an entirely different
That
thing.
probably came from this.
Well, no, that's Battle Network.
Oh, okay. I'm like, I assume you meant like a creepypasta.
No, 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 no.
Battle Network? Okay. Anyway, we're gonna read it and we're gonna offer our reactions, our
Uh-huh.
review. We're gonna tell you whether this is no good or very cool.
Yep, yep, yep.
Um, and let's just like so. I guess like Al, you know nothing.
Yeah, I know
I
nothing.
do know. I know kind of the rough outline of it, but I have not personally read it.
Okay.
And with that, let's. I'm also sorry you guys are seeing advertisements on my screen right now, but I literally can't like crop this in a way that looks good.
That's fine.
Without further ado, Al, do you want to take the first paragraph?
Yeah, I'll take it. All right. Here is Sonic.exe creepypasta story. I'm a total Sonic the Hedgehog fan, much like everyone else. I like the newer games, but I don't mind playing the classics. I don't think I've ever played glitchy or hack games before. Though I don't think I want to play any after the experience I had.
It started on a nice summer afternoon. I was playing Sonic Unleashed. I liked how you get to explore the towns in it. Until I noticed out of my peripheral vision that the mailman had arrived and put something in my mailbox as usual and left. I paused my game to go see what I got in the mail. The only thing in the mailbox was a CD case for computers and a note. I took it inside.
I looked at the note first and realized it was from my dear friend Kyle, let's just call him that, whom I hadn't heard from in 2 weeks. And I know that because I recognized his handwriting, though what was weird is how it looked. It looked badly written and scratchy and somewhat difficult to read, as if Kyle was having a hard time writing it down and did it in a hurry. This is what he wrote.
Tom, I can't take it anymore. I had to get rid of that thing somehow before it was too late, and I was hoping you'd do it for me. I can't do it. He's after me, and if you don't destroy this CD, he'll come after you too. He's too fast for me. I wonder who it is.
Oh
Please,
no.
Tom, destroy this godforsaken disc before he comes after you too. It's too late for me. Destroy the disc and you'll destroy him, but do it quick, otherwise he'll catch you. Don't even play the game. It's what he wants. Just destroy it. Please. Kyle, let's call him that.
Why did he send this
Because
to his friend? Why not just throw it away? Did someone force him to send the game?
Sonic did. Sonic was
Oh,
gonna get him. He was too fast, Al. He couldn't destroy it.
but
He had to
just
mail
why
it.
do you why is he passing it on? Okay, whatever. Well, that was certainly weird. Even though Kyle is my best friend, and I haven't seen him in 2 weeks, I didn't do what he asked me.
The
I
hell?
didn't even think that a simple gaming disc would do anything bad to him. After all, it's just a game, right? Boy, was I wrong about that.
Gaming disc. I didn't think that a simple gaming disc would do anything bad to him. Oh man, okay. Anyway, I looked at the disc and it looked like any ordinary CDR disc. except it had black marker on it written Sonic.EXE, and it was much unlike Kyle's handwriting, meaning that he must have gotten it from someone else, like a pawn shop or eBay. When I saw Sonic on the writing of the CD, I was actually excited and wanted to play it, since I'm a big Sonic fan, we know, much like everyone else.
Yeah, thank you. I went up to my room and turned on my computer and put the disc in and installed the game. When the title screen popped up, I noticed that it was the first Sonic game. I was like, awesome! Because, like I said earlier, I like the classics. The first thing I noticed that was out of place was when I pressed start. Was a split second when I saw the title image burned into something much different. Something that I now consider horrifying before cutting to black.
Oh shit.
I like that he reassures us he likes the classics.
Just in case you were wondering, I do like Sonic Unleashed, but also I do like the classics.
Also, I like the classic. Guys, don't worry. I know I'm playing Unleashed, but I like the good ones too.
I remember what the image looked like in a split second before the game cut to black. The sky had darkened, the title emblem was rusted and ruined. The Sega 1991 was now replaced with Sega 666, and the water had turned red, like blood, except it looked hyper-realistic. Oh man. Can you believe that, Al? That's crazy. Al, are you still here?
I'm still here.
Okay.
I'm just laughing.
But the freakiest thing was that in the split second frame from Sonic... Wait, what? Hold on, was that me or was that this? But the freakiest thing that was in that split second frame was Sonic. His eyes were pitch black and bleeding with two glowing dots staring right at me, and his smile had stretched wider up to the edge of his face. I was rather disturbed about that image when I saw it, though I figured that it was just a glitch and forgot about it. I like the idea that it's a glitch, like, oh, the glitch so that there's hyper-realistic blood on the screen and Sonic eyes are
That was weird,
Anyway, after I cut to black, it stayed like that for about 10 seconds or so. And then another weird thing happened. The save file select from the Sonic the Hedgehog 3 popped up, and I was like, what the fuck? What's that doing in the first Sonic game? And then I noticed something off. The background was the dark, cloudy sky of the bad Stardust Speedway level from Sonic CD, and there were only 3 save files. The music was that creepy Caverns of Winter music from Earthbound, only it was extended and seemed to have been in reverse. And the image for the save file where you see a preview of the level you're on is just red static for all 3 files.
I think I would have noticed that a game was playing reversed music from a different game by first hearing this.
He thinks that it was.
He thinks that it was. He was like, I heard fucked up music and I'm pretty sure.
It seems to be in reverse.
It seems to be in reverse. What freaked me out more was the character select. It showed only Tails, Knuckles, and, to my surprise, Dr. Robotnik.
What?
Now, I was sure that something was up. I mean, how can you play as Robotnik in a classic Sonic game, for crying out loud? That's when I realized that this wasn't a glitchy game. It was a hacked game.
I like that he sees, like, the Blood-Eye Sonic, and the, like, creepy background and Earthbound music is playing backwards, but it's seeing Dr. Robotnik here. That makes him be like, oh, wow. Holy crap, that's scary.
This is effed.
Yeah, it definitely looked hacked. It was really creepy. But as a smart gamer, I wasn't as scared, or at least I tried not to be. I told myself that it was just a hacked game and there's nothing wrong with that. Anyways, shaking off the creeped out feeling, I picked file 1 and chose Tails, and when I selected and got started, the game froze for about 5 seconds and I heard a creepy pixelated laugh. The laugh was pixelated. That sounded an awful lot like that Kefka guy from Final Fantasy before cutting to black.
The screen stayed black for about 10 seconds or more. Then it showed the typical level title thing, except the simplistic shapes were different shades of red, and the text only showed Hill, Act 1.
Hill.
The screen faded in, and the level title vanished, revealing Tails in the Green Hill Zone from Sonic 1. The music was different, though. It sounded like a peaceful melody in reverse.
Okay, that's nice.
Anyway, I started playing it, and had Tails start running like you would in any of the classic Sonic games. What was odd was that, as Tails was running along the level, there was nothing but flat ground and a few trees for 5 minutes. That was when the peaceful music started to lower down into slow, deep tones very slowly as I kept going. 5 minutes.
It sounds boring.
That's a long time to run.
It reminds me, Albert, I don't know if you were there. You remember that game of D&D? No, you wouldn't have been there. There was a D&D game, Jared's going to be upset at bringing this up, where Jared described a ladder as being like 10 minutes to climb. This reminds me of that. You don't understand how long 5 minutes is.
It's long. It's very long.
Anyway, I suddenly saw something and I stopped to see what it was. It was one of the small animals lying dead on the ground bleeding. That was when the music started to slow down. Tails had a shocked and saddened look on his face that I never saw him have before, so I had to move along, and he kept that worried look on his face. As he kept moving, I saw more dead animals as Tail moved past them, looking more and more worried as the music lowers and he moves past more and more dead animals. I was shocked to see how they all died. They looked like someone killed them in rather gruesome ways. A squirrel was hanged on a tree with what appeared to be his entrails hanging out.
Oh, God.
A bunny had all 4 of his limbs torn off, and a duck had his eyes gouged out and his throat slit.
I'm gonna throw up.
They slit the duck's throat. I felt sick to my stomach when I saw this massacre, and apparently so did Tails. After a few more seconds, there were no more animals, and the music seemed to have stopped. I still kept Tails to continue.
After a minute passed after the music stopped, Tails was running up a hill, and then he stopped. It wasn't until I saw why. What? Sonic was there on the other side of the screen, with his back against Tails, with his eyes closed. Tails looked happy to see Sonic, but then his smile faltered, obviously noticing that Sonic wasn't responding to him, if not acting as if he was totally oblivious of Tails' presence. Tails walked slowly towards Sonic, and I noticed I wasn't even moving my keyboard to make him move. This had to have been a cutscene.
Suddenly, I began... Yeah?
The 2D game.
Yeah. No, it's fine, man. I don't
Tails
think
was running up a hill, and I didn't see why until I noticed that the only other thing on screen was Sonic.
What did this kid say his name was? I've already lost it.
I don't think he gave his name.
Okay.
Oh, his name is Tom. That's how he was addressed.
Tom is not very observant, I'm noticing.
No, he's a smart gamer.
He's a smart gamer, and he's a big fan of modern, but also classic Sonic. But he
likes Sonic Unleashed, but he also likes the classics. Don't worry, he likes the classics, guys.
But he just has a low perception skill. Suddenly, I began to have a growing feel of dread as Tails walked closer to Sonic to get his attention. I felt that Tails was in danger and something bad was going to happen. I heard faint static growing louder as Tails was but inches away from Sonic, and stopped and stuck his hand out to touch him. The foreboding feeling in my gut was growing stronger, and I felt the urge to tell Tails to get away from Sonic as the static grew louder. Suddenly, in a split second, I saw Sonic's eyes open, and they were black and with those red glowing dots, just like that title image. Thought there wasn't a smile. When that happened, the screen turned black and the static sound was off. It stayed black for about 7 seconds, and then white text appeared, forming a message saying, "Hello, do you want to play with me?"
Oh, God.
Oh my God.
At this point, I was creeped out. I didn't want to continue with the game, but my curiosity got the better of me when I was taken to a different level, with the level title now saying, Hide and Seek. This time, I was in the Angel Island level from Sonic 3, and it looked like everything was on fire. Tails looked as though he was scared out of his wits this time. He actually looked at me and made frantic gestures to me as if he wanted to get out of the area he was in as fast as possible. I was starting to get freaked out by this. I mean, Tails was actually breaking the fourth wall, trying to tell me to get him out of there.
So I pressed down on the arrow key as hard as I could and made him run as fast as he could. A pixelated version of that creepy theme when you meet Shadow with the Ark as Robotnik from SA2 was playing as I made Tails trek through the desolate forest, trying to help him escape from whatever he was trying to run from.
We haven't gotten to that part yet.
We got spoiled by Sonic.EXE.
We got spoiled. We know that a creepy music's gonna play. Suddenly, I heard that creepy laugh again. That awful Kefka laugh. Right after 10 seconds have passed, as I helped Tails run through the forest. And then I started seeing flashes of Sonic popping everywhere on the screen, again with those black and red eyes.
I like that he's like Tails' like guardian for this.
Yeah, like, he's really looking out for Tails.
Like, to be clear, Tom is a smart gamer. He's not scared. Tails is scared. Tails is the one that feels really upset at seeing the dead animals. Tom doesn't care. That's fine to him.
Yeah.
The music changed to that suspenseful drowning jingle as I see Sonic behind Tails slowly gaining up on him, flying. Sonic wasn't running, he was actually flying. The
That's
flying
crazy.
pose his sprite was making looked very similar to Metal Sonic's flying pose on Sonic CD, except it was just Sonic and he had the black eyes. I'm sorry, the black and red eyes again only. This time he had the most deranged looking grin on his face. He looked as though he was enjoying the torment he was giving the poor little fox as he gained up on him.
Has someone made this? Can we play this?
Yes, we could.
Fuck. Suddenly, when Tails tripped, another cutscene, the music stopped and Sonic vanished. Tails laid there and started crying for 15 seconds. The scene was rather upsetting to watch. I kind of teared up myself.
He loves Tails.
But then Sonic appeared right in front of Tails, and Tails looked up in horror. Blood started to come down those blackened eyes of Sonic's as a grin slowly grew from his face as he looked down at the horrified fox. I could do nothing but watch.
Just in a split second, Sonic lunged at Tails. Right before the screen went black, there was a loud screeching noise that only lasted 5 seconds. The text returned, only this time it said, "You're too slow. You're too slow. Want to try again?" And then that god-awful laugh came with it. I was so shocked by what had happened. Did Sonic murder Tails? No, he couldn't have. He and Tails are supposed to be best friends, right? Why did Sonic do that to him? I don't know. Does he think, like, the real Sonic just murdered Tails? Like,
yeah,
does he not have a sense of, like...
He knows, he's acknowledged that the game is hacked. So someone made this, and why is he treating it as if it's canon?
Like, as we established, I could go and download and play Sonic.EXE right now.
Yeah.
Like,
it's not gonna kill Tails in Sonic Adventure.
I like the idea of, like, sitting down and playing a hacked game and then be like, why is Sonic doing this?
What the fuck
Sonic is Tails' best friend. He wouldn't do that.
This is weird. It's weird.
It's weird. Alright.
I shook the shock off as I was brought back to the character select. The save file data in Tails was different. Tails was no longer in the box itself, but in the TV screen itself, which was flickering with that red static. Tails' expression scared me. His eyes were black and bleeding, his orange fur had gone black, and he had an expression of anguish on his face. Trying to ignore it, I picked Knuckles next. The laugh came again, and the screen cut to black again, and stayed there for another 10 seconds. This time the level said, "You can't run."
They're really cutting to the chase now. They're like, you get it. No more 5-minute forest sequences.
You get it, okay.
I was really freaked out by now. I couldn't really tell if this was a glitch, or a hack, or some kind of sick, twisted joke, or anything.
Yeah, it's
really.
a glitch.
It's a glitch. The code did it.
Oops. The code fucked up, and
now Sonic is eating
hyper-realistic blood.
Yeah.
Sorry.
But despite my fear of what happened next, I kept playing. The next level looked much different. It had the ground of the Scrap Brain Zone, but the sky background looked like the main menu. It had the dark reddish cloudy sky, but it was the music that creeped me out the most. It sounded like Gigas' theme right after you beat Pokey in Earthbound. I also noticed that Knuckles looked afraid just like Tails did, though. Not as much. More rather he looked a little unnerved. He broke the fourth wall just like Tails and looked as if he wasn't sure about going on. But I made him move anyway. Oh no.
Like this would be enhanced with the music for sure.
Oh man.
I would be because I got the lights off. I would be freaked out if all of a sudden Gigas' theme started playing. I'd be
I just thought I was playing a normal glitch Sonic game.
I just thought I was playing a normal glitch Sonic game, and now all of a sudden the music's scary.
Mm-hmm.
He ran down. Oh wait, yeah. He ran down the straight pathway in this dark level, and as he did, the screen started to flicker red static a couple times. And then that maddening laugh came again. Then after a few seconds of running, I noticed several bloodstains on the metallic ground. I felt a growing sense of fear again, thinking something horrible was going to happen to Knuckles. He looked nauseated, walking down this bloodstained road, but I still kept him going. Suddenly, as Knuckles ran, Sonic appeared right in front of him with those black and red eyes, and then red static appeared again. When the static vanished, showing nothing but black screen with text saying, "Found you!" I was now scared. Sonic found Knuckles already? What was going on?
How did he find Knuckles so quickly?
Sonic's
not that good at hide and seek. Come on.
He's not. He's actually kind of shit. Like, that's Knuckles' whole thing, and Knuckles is really good at hide and seek.
Anyway, red static came up again, and then I was back to the level. Knuckles looked like he was panicking, and Sonic was nowhere to be found. And this time, that high-pitched squealing from the Silent Hill 1's final boss was playing. Was this some kind of boss battle with Sonic? I hope to God it wasn't, honestly. Suddenly, Sonic appeared right behind Knuckles in what appeared to be pixelated black smoke. I made Knuckles turn and then punch Sonic, but Sonic vanished in black pixelated smoke before I could even land a hit. That terrible laugh went off again. Then Sonic appeared behind Knuckles again, and then I made him punch again, but Sonic vanished again, laughing. Knuckles was panicking even more, and even I felt like I was going crazy. Sonic was practically playing with us. He was playing a sick, twisted little mind game with me and Knuckles.
Another cutscene played as Knuckles fell to his knees and clutched his head, sobbing. I felt his agony. Sonic was actually driving us both crazy. Then in a split second, Sonic lunged at Knuckles, and the screen went black with another distorted screeching noise that lasted for at least 3 seconds. Another text message appeared. So many souls to play with, so little time. Would you agree? What the hell? Just what is this game? I started to think Sonic was actually trying to talk to me through the game, but I was too scared to think that.
What? That's the kind of thing you only think when you're scared. I think Sonic might be a sentient being and he is trying to scare me, Tom, in real life, but I'm not sure about that because I'm too scared.
I'm too scared to think about that.
I'm too scared to think about that. I was brought back to the main menu, and this time the second file box had Knuckles in the TV screen. His red fur had darkened to a reddish gray. His dreadlocks were dripping with blood, and his eyes were black and bleeding too. And he had the look of sadness on his face. I began to think that those are the actual characters trapped in those TV screens on the save files, but I couldn't believe it. I didn't want to believe it. It's the real Knuckles, Al.
Ellie, I'm gonna throw up.
It's the real Knuckles. He's trapped. He's trapped. Tom couldn't save him because Sonic was black pixelated smoke.
So I shut off the game and I took a break. And I took a nap. Wish I hadn't, because I then began to have the most disturbing nightmare. I was in pitch black darkness, though I was under the light given off by a lamp that hung high above my head. I could hear the cries of Knuckles and Tails nearby. They were saying stuff like, "Help us," and "Why did you give us to him?" and "Run away before he gets you too."
Is that how they said it?
That's how they said it.
Okay.
I don't know. And then Knuckles said, "Oh no.
Oh no." Their cries died out as I then heard Sonic laugh. His laugh. It sounded a lot like the distorted Kafka laugh. I wonder if
Hey, wait, hold on a second. What it is? This laugh. It kind of reminds me of something. It reminds me of the guy from Final Fantasy. What's his name?
Kefka, the weird clown.
Oh yeah, it's like a distorted Kefka laugh in reverse.
Yeah, in reverse, and there's Earthbound music under it. You're a lot of fun to play with, kid. Just like your friend Kyle, though he didn't last long. I was scared and looking around for the source of the voice. Won't be long now until you join him and all my other friends. I saw him walking towards me, flickering in and out in several directions. You can't run, kid. You're in my world now, just like the others. When he grabbed me and I saw his bleeding black and red-eyed grinning grinning face, I woke up with a fright.
After a couple of hours, I decided to continue playing the game. I don't know why, but I had to know. I had to figure out why this was happening. So I turned on the computer, turned on the game, and selected Robotnik next. I still thought that was wacky, playing as Robotnik. But anyway, the level title appeared again, and this time it said... which I found really freaky.
That's really freaky. Oh. I feel like, I don't know, I feel like if I may offer a criticism of Sonic.EXE, because it is great, right? It is like a really good story. It's really scary. I'm gonna cry.
I'm spooked.
I'm really spooked right now. I feel like you need something more than just Tom saying, like, I feel like this game is like, it's talking to me. They're breaking the fourth wall. Before you throw out, like, Sonic saying his friend's name to him, right?
Yeah.
It's just, it went from, like, Tom being like, boy, that might be the real Tails, to, like, I killed your friend.
I killed your friend.
Anyway. This time...
This game's kind of wacky.
This is kind of crazy. This is no good. This time I was in some kind of hallway. Didn't really look like it was from any of the classic Sonic games, though it has the pixelated style. The floor was shiny and checkered, the walls were a dark grayish purple with animated candle lights and a few dark bloodstains here and there was a dark red curtain hanging above on the top part of the screen. Every 12 seconds or so, that red curtain sways very slowly, but whenever you're playing the game, you can barely see it move. The music was oddly pleasant, a piano playing a rather sad yet peaceful song. But I knew better. This was the song that played in Hill Act 1, only it wasn't in reverse. Oh fuck.
Shit. Robotnik didn't look entirely nervous like Tails and Knuckles did, but he did have a suspicious look on his face as if he was just a bit paranoid. He did a little animation while I just left him standing. He turns his head to the left, and then to the right at least twice, and then shrugs at me, as if he has no idea where he was or what was going on. Even though I was scared out of my mind about what was going to happen, I had Robotnik continue onward. He did his usual running animation, you know, when you've beaten him at the end of a classic Sonic game and you chase him, as we continued going through the hallway.
Oh, I was hoping he was doing, like, the walk animation that he does in, like, the hallway in Sonic.
He, like, slides across the floor.
He's, like, sliding, yeah. Then I stop at a long flight of stairs leading downward. Now I was nervous. Even Robotnik seemed unsure of himself, though I pressed onward with a very self-confident Robotnik. I mean, I guess yeah, sure.
Yeah,
As I led Robotnik down the stairs, I noticed that the walls have gotten darker and more reddish. The red torches are now an eerie blue. Then we landed onto another hallway. This one was longer than the last one, or at least it felt like it. And then we headed down another flight of stairs down. Headed down another flight of stairs down. This one was much longer, took at least 1 full minute. What I like about this story is I can stutter and, like, stumble over my words all I want, and it doesn't matter, because, like, half the time there's phrases like, headed down another flight of stairs down.
Yeah. And then I heard that horrid Kefka laugh again. And then the music slowly faded until it was quiet. As it did, the walls turned more dark red, and the torches were a black flame now. When Robotnik landed onto the third hallway, I noticed he now looked really creeped out, though he tried to hide it, and I couldn't blame him. I was scared too. Suddenly, Sonic popped right in front of Robotnik, the same way he did Knuckles, and then red static. The red static lasted for about 15 seconds, and then it showed me a most unpleasant image. He's really like precise about the time. This was 10 seconds.
It was 10 seconds. It was 5 seconds. It was
5 minutes.
Yeah.
This was 1 minute.
The image showed a hyper-realistic of Sonic standing in the darkness. Wait, just a hyper-realistic of Sonic.
It's a hyper-realistic of Sonic!
Standing in the darkness, where you can only see his face, while his head and torso faded into black. And when I say hyper-realistic, I mean like he looked so real you could actually see the lines in his blue fur, as if you could actually feel the fur if you touched the screen. His face, oh god, he had the most horrifying smile I had ever seen. And that's saying something considering I saw the image at the start of the game.
His eyes are wide and black and once again crying blood, which also looked hyper-realistic. And there were 2 small glowing red dots in those black eyes staring right at me, as if staring into my mind. His grin was wide and demonic. It literally stretched to the sides of his face like a Cheshire cat, except Sonic had fangs, very sharp fangs, much like the werehog's teeth, except more vicious.
That's what got you, right?
The werehog. Right, he was playing Sonic Unleashed. It's on his mind.
He's like, oh no, it's almost as scary as the werehog.
Except more vicious looking, somewhat yellowish, and from the looks of it, he had stains of blood and small bits of flesh on his lips and fangs, as if he ate some animal.
Oh, frick. I stared at that gruesome image for a good 30 seconds. There we are with the times again, never taking my eyes off it. I felt as if he was actually looking at me, smiling at me. That face, it just took 10 seconds for it to etch itself into my brain for good, and then you kept looking for another 20 seconds. Then the screen flickered with red static again 3 times, and on the 3rd time I heard the Kefka laugh, except this time it sounded distorted, demonic even. It went back to the image again, except this time there was the text again. Though it was messed up, but it was pretty much one of the most horrifying things I had looked at since I had started the game. I am God.
No! That's so scary! It was when I read that message while looking at Sonic when it hit me. I realized right there and then, this Sonic was a monster. A pure evil, sadistic, all-powerful, nightmarish, demented monster. And all of his victims, including Tails, Knuckles, Robotnik, and possibly Kyle, are just his little toys. And the game is his very gateway into his chaotic, nightmarish world, and the very hell his victims are trapped in.
Suddenly, in an actual split second, I screamed as Sonic lunged at the screen, screeching loudly with his mouth wide open to an unnatural length, revealing but a literally spiraling abyss of pure darkness before the red static came again, this time much louder and distorted, so loud that it hurt my ears. I yelled and grabbed my ears as the red static screeched for a good 7 seconds. Then it stopped and showed nothing but black screen. As I sat there, staring at the screen, one last text came up. Ready for round 2, Tom?
The Kefka laugh, now sounding more clear as if Sonic was right behind me. I played again 3 times and looked at that text in shock and confusion. Then I got booted back to the main menu, and this time the third save file had a TV image Robotnik in the same tormented state as Tails and Knuckles.
Oh.
Robotnik's skin turned a dull gray, his mustache drooped and had blackened. His glasses broke and blood is coming from them, and he had a mere dead-like expression on his face.
I looked at Tails, Knuckles, and Robotnik and cried a bit. I pitied them for the agony they're going through. They were forever trapped within the game, forever tormented by that horrid hedgehog, and always will be. Then the computer shut itself off. I couldn't turn it back on no matter what I did. I sat there for maybe 25 seconds, horrified by what had just happened. Sonic is the very embodiment of evil. He tortures people who play his game in more ways than one, and then, when he gets bored, he drags you into the game, literally drags you into hell, where he can play with you, always, as his toy. Finish it out, Al.
Can't get the game out of my computer. I think it's stuck in there, but at least I managed to turn it back on now. After I sat there for 25 seconds, I heard a voice right behind me, like a whisper. Try to keep this interesting for me, Tom. I turned around to see where the voice came from. What I saw made me scream. Sitting on my bed, staring right at me, was a Sonic plushie, smiling with blood stains under its eyes.
And that's it. That's how the story ends. There's a Sonic plush. That's it.
It's just a plushie.
You like that? Was that something? Was that good?
That was... What?
Why does it end like that?
Why does it end like that? There was no... I guess when it came out of the screen at one point, but, prior to that, you were just playing, a kind of fucked up game. Again, you could make this and just play it.
I don't understand,
What's the implication here? What happened to him?
Well, the implication, I guess, is that Sonic is, he's manifested, right? And he's gonna get Tom, he got Kyle. But,
you think Sonic wrote the letter?
No. Yes. No, I don't think Sonic's real.
But why did Kyle... I'm really hung up on this. Why the hell did Kyle send this game to his friend Tom?
Maybe it was Sonic. Maybe Sonic was pretending to be Kyle so he could...
That's what I think. I think Sonic wrote the letter.
He's like, Tom told me that Kyle told me that Tom was a smart gamer and a big Sonic fan.
He's a smart gamer. He won't destroy the disc. Even if I tell him to destroy the disc, he won't do it.
He's an asshole, yeah. Even if I tell him to destroy the disc, he's not going to do fuck all.
He's not going to do it. He sucks.
He sucks.
I actually hate Tom.
I actually hate him. Take me to hell, Sonic. I love a lot about this story. I love that it culminates with the Sonic plush, obviously, is just
I'm gonna Google Sonic.EXE plush.
Oh, yes, you can find it. It's obviously very iconic.
Oh, wow, look at that. There's a lot of them.
I'll have put images in throughout the video.
There's this one of this dude dressed up like Sonic.EXE.
Oh, that's pretty scary.
That's scary.
I love how convinced, how converted to, the Church of Scary Sonic that Tom is by the end of the story.
Oh, yeah.
Sonic is the very embodiment of evil. He tortures people who play his games in more ways than one. That just sounds like a fundamentalist Christian played Sonic and really didn't like it.
Yeah, he is fully on board, Sonic is evil.
Sonic is the most evil thing on the planet, and also there's an evil plush.
Oh, look, 10 years ago, Markiplier played this.
Yeah, that's not surprising. I mean, that's like, so as far as I know, like, this is a terrible creepypasta. Like, even as far as creepypasta go, this is quite bad, I think. The amount of hyper-realistic blood eyes, man. Um, I guess this is like the originator of that trope, I think. Um,
So good.
but like, I think the way the game took off is that like someone made the Sonic.exe game and then like PewDiePie played it.
That makes sense.
And then like now everyone is like their favorite creepypasta monster is the
It's.
hyper-realistic blood eyes Sonic.
I mean, it's pretty good.
It's pretty good. What was your favorite moment? What was your favorite part?
My favorite part was probably the part where. Oh shit! I really like all the times. I like that he like was really adamant about how long he looked at things. Like he
Like
was
I looked
timing
at it for
himself.
3 seconds. It
Looked
lasted
at
for
it for
10
3 seconds,
seconds.
25 seconds, 7 seconds.
That was pretty
Um,
good.
I liked that he mentioned the werehog.
The
That was
werehog,
pretty
that was pretty
funny.
funny. I like
Um,
the amount of like other video games that he like. It's like very specifically
yeah.
he's afraid of the Earthbound music. He's afraid of Kefka. He's so afraid of Kefka.
Well,
Kefka's very scary.
he's hitting all these classic like horror like things that you were scared of as a child because as kids, yeah, people will point to Earthbound and be like, I was really afraid of Gygas, or
Silent
people being
Hill.
like, I was really afraid of Silent Hill. I was really afraid of Kefka.
Uh-huh.
Like,
Yeah, it's
yeah,
pretty good. I don't know.
he should have been like, and then a hand from Zelda Ocarina of Time in the forest dungeon.
Oh
You know,
man.
the Wall Masters came down and grabbed Tails.
Oh my god. And you know what? I like that Tom is such a big Tails fan. Like Tails just or it's Tom just wants to protect Tails.
Yeah, he felt more determined to help Tails than
Like he
anyone
didn't
else.
like Knuckles. He was like, "Oh no, Sonic's teleporting behind me like
He
an
did
edgy anime
cry though
character."
when everyone was like dead,
Uh
and
huh.
he was looking at the title screen and like all them were behind the thing.
Yeah,
He was crying. Yeah.
I think my favorite part is just like I mentioned this while we were reading it. I really like how convinced he is that like these are like the real Sonic characters. Like Sonic is real and these characters are real and Sonic is killing them. And it's the real Sonic doing that. Why would Sonic do that? That's his friend Tails.
That's his friend Tails.
Yeah, I would give this a rating of it's cool, I think.
I would give it. Yeah, I would say overall, it had its ups, it had its downs, but I would say this is certifiably cool.
All right. Well, that's that, everybody.
All right, I hope you
I
enjoyed
hope
this
somebody got
bonus episode of Game Pending
I
Does This.
I hope someone got something out of that 40-minute video.
Is
All right.
it 40 minutes?
Goodbye.
Goodbye!